Welcome to the patio. Guys, guess what episode this is?
What episode is this, Terry?
Episode 25.
25?
Most podcasts don't make it past episode 7, so we're doing better than at least
Most of them?
most of them. That's right. You got it.
We done a quarter of 100.
Tonight, you're going to learn about a couple more amendments. We decided to throw 2 in there. They kind of build off each other. The 4th and the 5th Amendment to the United States Constitution.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're going to tell you
1, 2,
what
3, 4,
these
5.
following 5 things have in common. SBF, FTX, Uncle Joe, Ukraine, and crypto. What does SBF stand for?
The Bankman-Fried guy. The Bankman guy.
What kind of language are you speaking?
The SBF. Isn't that what they call him? Sam
Bankman-Fried.
Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried. Just so you know,
I was about to make something up.
you're not going to hear much about this on the mainstream. But before we get into that, should we hit the amendments first, guys?
Yeah, let's go. Let's hit the amendments.
Let's hit them amendments.
Hit the amendments.
We've talked about amendment number 1, which was, what was amendment number 1, guys?
Free speech.
Freedom. That's the reason we can do what we're doing here
The
today.
Kanye.
What was amendment number 2?
Pew pews.
The right to bear arms. We talked about why that's important, why we think that everyone should have the right to bear arms, and why Fortenberry believes you should be able to buy a tank if you
I also
wish.
support that.
Why bears should
That's
have
right.
arms.
Donnie supported by having Apaches.
Then the 3rd Amendment.
Not
What-
the Indians, but
what was the 3rd Amendment?
helicopter.
Soldiers. Can't have soldiers in your houses.
We can't require to put soldiers.
No limit soldiers can't
No
stay.
limit soldiers in your houses.
We might invite some no limit
The
soldiers.
soldier boy can't stay in your house.
Put the women and children to bed. The
You
no
don't-
limit soldiers.
Go to watch
is
him.
here.
Whoa.
you can't stay here. No. You can't stay.
You can't stay. Hey, that's pretty good. Maybe
So
I'll
what's
do a
on
song.
deck?
The 4th Amendment.
The 4th Amendment. The fighting 4th.
The fighting 4th. Do you guys know what it's about? Fortenberry probably cheated. He probably looked at.
Yeah, I did cheat on this one.
He been studying his
You know what the 4th
amendments.
Amendment is?
Tell us, Terry. What's the 4th Amendment?
That's just it. I don't think people really know.
Nope, I don't know.
This actually should be something Donnie should know.
Simple search and seizure.
Boom! Look at you go, see?
The exact wording, the right of the people to secure in their persons houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizure.
I did.
These rights shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the person of things to be seized.
So anybody who's
That's a
listened
lot
to
of old English
it
talk.
is. Anybody who's listened to us from the get-go has heard me and Donnie have discussions over what is probable cause. And that's really that's interpretation, is it not, Donnie?
Probable cause.
Yes,
Yeah.
somewhat. As a police officer, they can take a little leniency in how they interpret that.
Doesn't it have to do with probably the judge issuing the warrant as to whether you can prove you had probable cause?
Depends
the
on,
judge
like,
would be there.
So you might have to have like probable cause for a stop, but having probable cause for a warrant something else, right?
I guess that's true, because we're talking search and seizure, not...
And then warrants always also get weird. So if I write a warrant to search your house and all I put in the warrant that I'm looking for is something really big, that would be
An elephant.
harmful. Not an elephant.
Oh.
But if
I think
I'm,
that's illegal to have elephant.
so if I'm looking for a certain shotgun, like a full-size 12-gauge shotgun, blah, 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 and that's all I put in my warrant, and then I go in your house and I look in a box where a shotgun won't fit and I find all your crack rocks, then I didn't have a right to search there. So a lot of times when you write a warrant, you have to be sure that you write.
So hold on,
What you're
let
looking
me ask you clarify something for me. So if I'm looking for the shotgun, but I find crack rocks, I can't take the crack rocks.
Your warrant's only good to go in there and find the gun if that's all you write it for. Now, if I write it for a shotgun, shells, stuff like that, then a shell could reasonably fit in the same spot, right? Most of the time.
So if you find crack rocks and you're looking, that's not what you call down the warrant.
You have a warrant to look for certain items. Now, not saying that a judge, if you collected it, wouldn't rule a certain way about it.
I got you.
But when you write warrants, you're taught to write them.
Fake.
You could go to court and the judge said, well, that's not what you were looking for, and that won't reasonably fit in that little shoebox, right? Were you looking for a tiny shotgun? What were you looking for? So
So that's what the lawyer would argue.
that is exactly what the lawyer would argue, and he would possibly win. Now, if your warrant said, I'm here looking for this particular shotgun and 20-gauge shotgun shells, then you looked in the shoebox and found out, okay, what were you looking for when you found these? We're looking for those
So
shotgun
that's why this last part, describing the place to be searched and the person or things to be seized, where if you do not define
You
that
are-
I'm looking for crack rock or any
No,
of this.
you are writing specific things down that you're looking for, right?
So if you find, okay, so you said shells. So if you look for in this little box for shells and you find crack rock, because the shells could fit in that box, and you found the crack
It would be a
rock,
reasonable search, and you found it.
and you found it, and then they're in trouble.
So a lot of times, if you're there looking for drugs, you're looking for
Why can't you say I'm looking
lots
for
of things.
stolen rings?
Well, you're looking for drug paraphernalia. You're looking for illegal narcotics. You're looking for weapons possibly attached.
So,
to
and
that.
you would list all this on
All
the
those-
search warrant? Okay.
all those things. Yeah.
So why is this amendment so important to the constitutional rights of Americans, America?
Because it keeps the police from just coming and keeps the police from just coming
think
and
it's just
searching your
long
house whenever they feel like it. You do lose some of those rights at times. So if you're on probation, then you're basically saying I'm out of jail, but I'm allowing you the right to come search me at any time, me and my house.
Yeah, I think Donnie hits nail on the head. It's a way to protect the citizens from a heavy-handed police force.
So that's why in places like China, see, I can't hear me.
Yeah, I mean
Did you hear me?
Yeah, you went down.
Yeah.
Your volume went down.
But
So
that's
what
why places like China,
Yeah, communist country. If
They
they want to
just
come
go
search
do
your
whatever the hell
crap,
they
they're
want
going to
to
come
do.
in your house and do what they want to do.
Daggum commies.
You can't do that legally here. Now, do people do illegal searches?
Yeah,
Do
but
it?
that's not a constitution thing. That's a
They
specific
do.
police officer.
It's not. Look, if you work in any legitimate police department and you want to go get a search warrant, you can have a murder case thrown out if you don't do that right.
Yeah.
You can have all that evidence thrown out. So you go find the murder weapon, you found it illegally. It don't.
and
it
I
doesn't
could've-
mean anything.
I could imagine being the police officer that blew a murder case because you didn't do paperwork.
No, 'cause you screwed something up. You
It
didn't do
happens.
the
Oh, well, yes,
procedures.
it
You didn't-
happens.
You
It
didn't
happens.
handle evidence correctly.
and let there be one case that you didn't handle evidence correctly, then every case becomes into question.
And the issue is, I know I rag on the police a lot, but there's so few, as many interactions as police officers have with citizens, there's so few that go bad. That's all you hear about, though, is like anything else, you only hear about the bad ones. There's bad construction workers.
What?
Yeah, I know.
What? No.
And I don't just mean doing poor work, but there's in every walk of life, every career you're in, there's going to be bad eggs.
There's always somebody trying to cheat something or
Yeah.
do something for the wrong reasons.
Donnie, put that a little close to your mouth.
All that kind of
There we
stuff.
go.
You beat me to it.
I'm going to cut that out, too. 'Cause-
Why?
Well, I guess I'll leave it.
No, I mean,
That's what she said.
oh, got it.
So we
You're so
talked about the
smart.
Fourth Amendment.
At least you didn't say that's what he said.
See, it sounds way better. Illegal search and seizure. What is the Fifth Amendment?
The right not to
Plead
incriminate
the fifth.
yourself. Yeah, plead the fifth. The right to not incriminate
Probably
yourself.
one of the most famous from Law and Order, right?
No, from Dave Chappelle.
Yes, not law and order.
Okay.
One,
Law
two,
and
three,
Order.
four.
I plead the Fifth.
There are many amendments I could.
So the Fifth Amendment, no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia, or in actual service in time of war or public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb. So I guess that's the double jeopardy clause. Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. So there's a lot more there than just...
There's a lot of crap there. That means that
I wonder if that also includes the one where you don't have to testify against your spouse.
It didn't say that.
It didn't say that, but it seems like that'd be an odd
I
law
would
to be separate.
assume that there could probably be some
Testify
type
against
of
your kids,
interpretation.
too. I think you can
But you don't
testify-
have to.
You don't have. I don't know.
I mean, you can testify against.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
can-
he did it.
You can testify against your spouse, but you can also...
the part of
choose not
that.
to recuse yourself.
Yeah,
I
you can
guess?
elect not to.
So basically, a big part of that is that the government can take your stuff as long as they pay you.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's
So,
eminent
Ro-
domain.
You remember we
Yeah.
were working in Tunica. I think you were working. We're pouring a sidewalk that
working.
the city wanted poured, right? And poured it in that old lady's yard.
Yep.
And she came out with a gun and she shot at my dad.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah. So she was mad because they were
Womp,
tearing
womp,
up a flower
womp.
bed to
Oh,
put this sidewalk through. And Dad left the bucket up, and this woman shot into the bucket.
Wow.
She had released the.
And I was just reading through this just a second ago, but there's something here, though, of interest. So no person shall be held to answer for a capital or infamous crime unless on a presentment of indictment by grand jury, except if you're in the land or naval forces or when in actual service in time of war or public danger. So it's saying the military doesn't fall under the same
But
category.
yeah, military can't plead the fifth.
So military, you are you're swearing oaths of different kinds. So
Yeah.
but also you're probably going to be judged by a military court.
Yes, you'd be compelled by the.
But isn't the court of public opinion now more dominant in a way than the
Absolutely.
court of law? Because all of these people are getting canceled.
I'm looking at OJ.
So if I'm listening to this correctly,
Yes,
if the
that's true.
president declares a state of emergency, you can't plead the fifth?
No, it actually says when in actual service in time of war. So if he
So if you're
recruited you, yes. you
Okay,
can.
okay.
Service member.
You gotta be servicing.
Do y'all think that Ford, when they released the new Bronco, they missed the opportunity by not using OJ?
They did.
They could have had OJ with his old Bronco going by and had the new one fly by.
And he's still in prison.
He's out, I believe.
No, he is out for stealing his own memorabilia.
There-
Isn't
yeah.
that ironic?
And
there's-
out.
yeah, he's been out. There is a theory that his son.
Actually killed it and he covered for him?
Yep.
Actually, yeah. There
Why
it
would
is.
How old was his son at
Why
the
would
time?
his son do it? What was the
Because
motive?
his mom would.
Oh, her son also.
He
took
caught
his
his
son.
mom cheating on her dad, so he killed him. That's why the glove doesn't fit. That's why. But OJ came to the scene, basically handled the situation and got him out of there and distracted the police while the son got away. That's basically the theory. And
If I ever
But-
get enough money, I'm gonna bring Johnny Cochran back. He's gonna be my lawyer.
You gonna bring back from the dead?
Yep, I sure am.
Why not just clone him
I'm gonna.
instead of bring back
I'm
Frankenstein?
gonna bring him back.
So would it be like-
Genius. He had mad rhymes up in that courtroom.
Back to the Fifth Amendment. Yeah, I had no clue that included the double
eminent
jeopardy
domain
law.
or the eminent domain?
Yeah,
I didn't realize that is probably the preeminent foundation for eminent domain.
That is a huge amendment.
Yeah, we get caught up in the fact that you don't have to
It-
incriminate yourself, but that's only a small part of it.
Yeah, like I would say that is a
yeah, if you say I plead the fifth, and all people just say I ain't got to talk.
yeah.
That's all people think about.
Yeah,
That's I don't want to say that's the biggest one, but
One.
that's right up there with first and second.
it is, and this is what makes our country.
And the third, because can't have no soldiers in their house.
We are a constitutional republic. We have a constitution that defines how we react to certain things, not just what we do. And this constitution's been in place since what year? Do you guys remember what year the Constitution was written?
87.
1787. He's right.
Yeah, that's right. So how
I
long
remember.
ago was that? 200
You're so
and
smart.
damn 230
40 something?
40, almost 40, 230 something.
Yeah.
What math?
235. 235 years. Because most republics don't last. that
Long time ago.
I know we think the end is near, but maybe not. Maybe not. What else we got to say about the Fifth Amendment?
It's a handy one.
That's pretty much it.
I think we're all in favor of it.
Yeah, sure.
Nobody's wanting to dismantle it.
So before we get into a little talk about SBF and FTX, how about we do a little sampling? We hadn't done a little sampling in a while.
All right.
Fortenberry's brought something for us to sample tonight.
I brought some monkey shoulder.
What?
It
Is
is
that the sweat of a monkey?
it is the original blended malt Scotch whiskey.
I'd rather have shoulder than armpit.
I should have called it Monkey Pit.
Monkey pit.
Or monkey booty?
Hey.
Yeah.
Taste mellow vanilla with spicy hints. The nose is zesty orange vanilla honey.
It's got a monkey nose in it?
No. Let me check the nose on this thing.
That's-
what do
See,
you
I
think?
smell bananas.
But it is monkey shoulder, so wouldn't you expect to smell bananas?
Let me take a little sip.
If something coming off a monkey's shoulder, I expect to taste some type of banana.
So you missed a golden opportunity to play It's Bananas.
B-A-N-A-S. It's bananas.
That
Is
was
that
pretty,
a percolator? Somebody
pretty
making
interesting.
coffee.
Is that how you got Charlie with that?
Okay. You gonna
You're like a
save
gold.
until we all sample?
Look like a llama. for a
Yeah, I
second.
saved it. I saved it.
So
look- it
what do
looked
you
like
call
a-
it when you smell? Let's
spit
test
llama.
the.
Check the nose on it.
Let's check the nose on it.
Was he eating?
I smell bananas.
I think you have influenced my smeller.
But I wonder if it's the vanilla I'm smelling.
How we smelling it like we act
Vanilla,
like we know
bananas
the
don't
difference?
smell vanilla.
No, they don't. Hey,
He-
but people make banana pudding with vanilla pudding, so not just banana pudding. I like vanilla.
It's well left now.
All right, let me get my. Smells like scotch.
Hey, funny story. If
But there's a smell besides scotch.
you know what they
there.
put in chocolate to taste more chocolate? Vanilla.
Let me smell it.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna do a line of monkey shoulder. That way we can really smell it.
Watching Gary sip something is actually quite entertaining.
He said it's from the earth.
He's trying to make sure it doesn't touch his beard. Okay, who wants to go first?
I think it's good.
I hear the smacking of the lips.
I enjoyed it. I'm not a scotch drinker, but I
This
liked
is-
it.
It's extremely smooth.
This is probably my only scotch I've ever liked.
And I've got mine mixed with, I put it in some water
Also,
over here
you
with a little
mixed
ice.
it with a little water.
Mm.
And,
Yeah, I
and
don't
like
think
it.
that needs water.
You know, that's how I stay hydrated, man.
Oh, is that it? So who goes first? Fortenberry, you took the first flavor. You brought it. You tell us what you think about
2 ounces,
it.
2 ounces of scotch, a couple drops of water, you can stay hydrated, right?
I like it. I'll buy it again. Pass it around to DW. He wants another little snort. I'll buy that again.
Dude, I bet if it hurt. Golly.
Hey, Jamie, the banana is now just walking across my palate right now. I taste it. Yeah.
I think you guys have influenced my palate and my nostrils because I now am convinced there is a hint of banana.
There is. They're not telling us. That's the secret ingredient.
To me, it smells woody.
Woody.
Like a woody banana? like if a
woody.
banana was made of wood?
So there it is.
Pine, that's a pine banana. The
There it
famous
is,
pine
folks.
banana.
Like a plantain.
Monkey shoulder.
Monkey shoulder. I think it's really good.
Yep.
It's definitely different than any bourbon you drink.
Yep. If you want
It's not a
Scotch,
trace. It's
if you want to try
scotch.
scotch, then
I got to tell you,
Because it's a scotch.
That's what
drinking it neat or is neat without ice, I always forget. Drinking it neat or even with the little ice, I'd rather have that over bourbon.
Or straight out the bottle.
really,
I would.
that's a bold statement.
Yep.
So there it
Except
is.
for my Four Roses, but that's really good.
Monkey shoulder, people, get out and try it.
Get out and try monkey shoulder.
I got it at
The
the
Walgreens
So-
at the Greens.
I like to drink bourbon neat, and I like the higher alcohol content bourbons
Mhm.
when I drink them neat. Because it's sipping, right? Not trying to chug it, it's sipping. Especially with a cigar.
It's neat to drink, huh?
No, that don't even rhyme, man. You ain't like
sounds
it.
like fun.
What's the
Neat
line?
to
Johnny
eat.
Cocker.
Let's
All right, SBF FTX,
Did you rush us?
Uncle Joe, all of those things. We
could. It'd
talked
be
about
fun.
on the intro, Sam Bankman-Fried, founder of FTX. Here's 5 things that we should know about him, okay? It's under criminal investigation after his collapse. So
Should be.
Uncle Joe done put him under criminal investigation
no,
by
he did.
the Security Exchange Commission.
That's because he helped
Looking
Uncle
into
Joe.
Well, he
Yeah.
Number 2, he is the second largest Democratic political donor and spent millions of dollars to influence the 2022 midterm elections. By the way, Republicans, they believe, are now going to seize the House.
I saw that.
pretty-
Finally, after
Finally.
oh my
Even
god,
though Carrie Lake
after-
lost.
Yeah, but yeah.
I heard they're
I hate
doing a
that.
recount.
Okay.
It'll take 14,000 days
I know.
to do a recount. They count 3 votes a day. 3. Bankman-Fried recently visited the Biden White House and was involved in helping Ukraine as it fought a war against Russia. This is the topic we're going to touch on here in a second.
If you're going to get lucky tonight, you better take Hoggo home with you.
Wow.
So he visited the Joe Biden White House. They
May,
posted in
wasn't
August
it?
2022. Hold on. Yeah, in May 2022, Gabrielle Bankman-Fried, director of Guarding Against Pandemics.
His mother's also in the.
Hold on. That's their title.
That's crazy.
Director of Guarding Against Pandemics.
She must be a
If you make a lot of money, you can guard against pandemics.
I guarded against pandemics at my house.
Didn't Bill Gates guard against a pandemic?
I went to
too?
work every day. Came home and didn't understand why my kid wasn't at school, but that's okay. He was also a part of meetings, as was FTX head of policy and former CFTC commissioner Mark Wetjen. These names are weird. The 4th member was Elry Katz.
They making names up, man. These
Like
people ain't even
Bankman
real.
makes. I think that's a fake
They're
name.
like, we're looking for Elry Katz. We don't know who that chick is.
I don't know who that cat is.
That
Look,
sounds-
if
that's
you
his
were going to
girlfriend,
do a
isn't it?
Ponzi, I don't know, but if you're going to do but we'll find out in a minute. If you're going to do a Ponzi scheme, you come up with some fake names to do the Ponzi.
This is like a Key and Peele, the
yeah.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl or whatever.
Elry Katz is FTX director of government relations.
Not anymore.
If Hingle McCringleberry's in there,
Look,
we got
y'all,
problems.
these names get even crazier. So, White House officials Charlotte Buttash, I ain't making this up, and Steve Ricchetti.
Is this like the one with the news, the plane crash? And they said like it was way too low. And,
No, these are real damn people.
That's actually funny. He gonna be in a minute. He's gonna be like in the house, donkey teeth.
Okay.
hey, Ron.
Hey,
Who
Ron.
is Charlotte Buttash? Look, guys, this is the name.
No, okay. Let me. Is it hyphenated? Is it Bud?
Look, who's got LinkedIn? Look it up on LinkedIn.
That's
Charlotte
when you-
Buttash. She's on the LinkedIn
That's when you
page.
need some lotion.
I don't
She
have
is a
LinkedIn,
policy advisor to the White House Deputy Chief of Staff. She
That old
previously
ashy
worked
booty.
for a law firm and as a volunteer vetting attorney for the Biden-Harris transition.
It's probably pronounced Butash, probably. But
But we're gonna say
like-
Yeah, but you know what? If I was her, I
We're
should
in the
have make
South.
sure.
It's
we're gonna say
Buttash.
butt ass or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
butt
ash,
ass.
whatever we're saying.
Look, if I was her, I'd definitely say no. It's pronounced Butash. Butash.
Butash.
So then we just gave $25 to each Ukrainian on FTX. SBF. Sam Bankman-Fried wrote on Twitter in February 2022.
Why?
Oh, well, thank the Lord they gave him $25. What are they gonna spend it on?
Yeah. Don't spend it all in one
know.
place.
Number 4 thing we need to know about SBF. His net worth of $16 billion was erased in a week's time.
It wasn't spit.
Yeah, it's because the value of what he owned went to zero.
Yeah, because he owned nothing. It was all intrinsical, made up stuff.
And then the number 5 thing we need to know about him is, and he's verified, by the way, on Twitter. He typed IF *** up.
That's a cheat code.
That's the cheat code. He effed up. It basically
The 6th thing you need to know about him,
What?
his hairstyle was awful.
I think that was just natural.
Like Kramer, but like more froish.
He should have done something with it.
wow.
But all right, so first off, he had a shell company, right?
Yes.
He was laundering money is what he was doing.
Yes.
That's what he was doing. Now, why?
I don't know. Was he?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's what I've been told.
That's what the article pretty much said.
I think that's the very bare nuts of it.
Let's just connect the dots.
Oh, I like that. I've been doing that since I was like 2.
Okay, so
We're gonna make a dinosaur.
the United States government,
So what are these dots gonna make once you connect them like a big pile of poop?
big pile of conspiracies.
So we're going to give the Daily Wire. I think that's where you shared it originally. That's where I found another article about it. How the implosion of FTX connects to the global elites. We'll call it connects the global dots. How about that?
So we're gonna give the Daily Wire props here.
yes, Daily Wire has props.
So let's get facts. Let's start with facts, Jim.
So what we do know is the United States government gave billions of dollars to Ukraine.
That is correct. We do
Yes.
know that. That's a
Well,
fact.
I wouldn't be
that's
surprised if we're borderline $1 trillion.
Yeah,
At this point, probably is.
I heard they're trying to give more.
That's public, right?
Yeah, that's public. Also public is Ukraine heavily invested in FTX.
So why would Ukraine invest in FTX?
If you get a bunch of free money, what do you do with it?
So
FTX is a cryptocurrency firm.
Yes. Wouldn't you think you'd buy something
Weapons?
more weapons,
Weapons, food,
or something that's
First
going to
aid?
grow over time for sure, like a more steady bet?
or possibly use it to help defend your country
Possibly that too.
So
or
look,
feed your people.
so you get a portion of that to do just that, right? It's plenty of money.
Mhm.
And then you turn back around and you put half, just let's
Yeah,
just
just-
using
yes.
half.
If it's
You
plenty
put-
of money, why are they
so
But
giving
if
you
it's a
more?
trillion, half a trillion's a lick.
So you stick half back into FTX, and then FTX turns around and supports who?
He's the number
Let
2
me-
donor
let
to
me-
the DNC.
Yeah, let me read this a little bit about this article, okay? So you guys have hit on that.
All 4 of those are
Sounds suspicious.
yeah, everything we
Oh,
just
it
named
gets
is
even
factual.
worse when I tell you these things. So FTX is headquartered in the Bahamas.
Oh, is that a
That's a
is that
tax haven.
offshore.
That's
Is
a
that a-
tax haven.
That's just crazy.
So another conspiracy
It was
theory is
launched.
that's where Osama bin Laden is.
It was launched in 2019 and it accrued more than 1 million users by 2022. I'm actually have an account. I don't have anything in it. Never did. But I did set up an
Well,
account.
I can assure you, if you did, you don't now.
So the
It's
problem is users suddenly demanded $6 billion in withdrawals after an article published by CoinDesk revealed that the 2 arms of his empire, FTX, and you mentioned it earlier, Alameda Research, had a significant overlap on their balance sheets. And this is what you were hitting on earlier, Jamie, before we went on the air. In the form of the cryptocurrency FTT, which FTX invented, rival firm Binance, which had been planning to purchase FTX, announced that it would discharge all holdings in the coin and eventually reverse course on the acquisition, rendering the overnight success bankrupt. It went from maintaining $15.6 billion net worth to having no material wealth, equally as fast. According to data from the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, the entrepreneur resigned on Friday as the company filed for bankruptcy. So he built this in only 2019. That's only 3 years ago.
He did the Alameda or whatever.
Alameda.
He did that in 2017.
So what
didn't
would
he?
be-
And then did FTX in 2019? I think.
What would
Is
be
that correct?
really interesting to see is when he started, who bought into him initially to make it boom. I think that would be interesting to see.
Check out his lineage here. His father is a tax scholar who teaches at Stanford Law. His mother is a fellow Stanford law professor who leads Mind the Gap, the left-wing political action committee raises funds for the DNC from Silicon Valley donors. His aunt is the dean of Columbia University's Mailman School of Public Health and co-chair of the World Economic Forum's Global Future Council.
Oh, well, look at there.
Oh, look at that. The
Charles-
world is a small place, is it,
It is.
not? Charles
Well,
Schwab.
it turns out
Schwab.
we're millionaires and billionaires.
And a coach of that, yeah. Oh, it gets worse, Jamie. World Economic Forum's Global Future Council on the Future of Human Enhancement. What does that mean?
Human enhancement.
Transhumanism. guys.
Transhumanism.
Okay, this is like everything balled up into one. So SBF could be on our supervillain list.
Dude, I feel like Alex Jones when we start talking about this stuff, but how do you not look at this and see
Food
how
Road.
do you not look at this and not see massive corruption and conspiracies?
I don't think you'll see any of that. I think this
Not in mainstream media because
not
we
gonna
will be
ever see it.
silenced. If we
It'd
go
be
on
silent.
YouTube, I wouldn't be surprised if this episode's not allowed there.
Yeah, but stated facts.
You could argue whether this is facts. So this would be deemed misinformation because this next line I'm about to read to you, also courtesy of the Daily Wire, Bankman-Fried himself emerged as a major donor to Joe Biden. You mentioned that during his 2020 election cycle. Donated $39 million to support Democrats in the midterms. I thought there was a cap on how much one person could.
Not a corporation.
There's no cap on a co.
Like
But
corporations. have
Soros
caps.
did more.
Yeah, but
That's why he's number 2 and not number 1.
Yeah, Soros did a lot.
I think corporations that don't have a cap.
He also launched an initiative along Ukraine's Ministry of Digital Transformation. Why does Ukraine during time of war need digital transformation? To fundraise for the embattled nation, which has received billions in humanitarian military aid from the Biden administration. The first instance of the exchange providing a conduit to crypto donations to a public financial institution.
So let me ask you all this. So I've completely pulled out of everything stock market related. How
I'm
much?
not quite. I'm about.
How much does this shake the crypto?
So the crypto market's completely different than the stock market. So typically
Yeah.
crypto follows the NASDAQ.
No,
'cause
it's
a
like super volatile.
Didn't Bitcoin
That's
take a hit
extremely
too?
volatile. But
I
all
imagine
should.
Yeah.
everything will.
Because the thing about crypto, they're considered risk investments, if you will.
Look, man, when crypto started popping, man, we sat on Terry's patio during COVID by the fire and
Making
we were,
money
We,
on money.
we were selling and buying, selling and buying. Woo.
Yeah, when COVID hit, I got a 90-day ban.
Yeah, I remember.
I do remember that.
You got a 90-day ban too on
I did.
Robinhood.
I got a
Oh, yeah,
90 day
Robinhood, I
ban.
got
Right.
Robinhood.
You
Just
traded.
I shit you not.
To hell
45
with
seconds, I
Robinhood.
made like $300.
I got
Yeah, I was a day
story.
trader.
Yeah, I was too.
I got a quick story, 2 minute about damn Robinhood. That's why I got out of Robinhood.
Yeah.
We were trading the stock naked.
Yep,
There were
that's
several
what
of
got
us in
me
a
was
group.
naked.
I swear to you, it was like $1,000 overnight. I woke up next morning. Robinhood showed it was up to $12,000.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm on the way to work. There's 12 of us at 5:30 texting. These guys don't text, right?
Yeah.
I get to work. The market opens. Nothing happened. All of a sudden, it started going down.
Mhm.
Then
You
you
froze.
couldn't buy.
Robin, yeah,
How's
it
Robinhood?
froze.
How could they
It
have
froze.
froze your accounts?
No,
and
it
not let
was
you sell?
everybody. They
It
wouldn't
was
let you buy.
overloaded,
You
man.
could sell, but you couldn't buy. But if you can't sell, no one could buy.
Look, at that time, nobody had anything to do.
It had grown up to going from like cents to like almost $3. We were talking about I'm gonna sell at $5.
So they did the same thing with GameStop, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
so there were basically
exactly.
people jumping on Reddit
Yeah.
in these huge groups going, hey, what are we going to pump today? And then everybody would agree, and they'd go thousands
Needless
and
to
thousands
say,
of people go buy in, right?
I sold when my money was even.
GameStop,
That's
Oh,
went-
I made money off of naked.
Nah,
Yeah,
I didn't.
dude,
How is that legal that they can stop you from?
Because
with your
that's
money.
how I got the 90-day ban.
because
GameStop went from going almost out of business to being
To be-
basically saved.
but the reason Robinhood could do it because the way they were set up, they did not have the actual certificates
Yeah.
to support the buying and selling. So they said, "Oh, we can't support this, so we can put it on hold." And Robinhood was so large they could control the price. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Isn't the reason why GameStop went off is because finally everybody on
Somebody
Reddit said we're gonna all buy this, and
Yes,
there was a
sir.
bunch of stock market
There's a-
guys are betting
Short-
against
they're
it,
short-
shorting it is what happened, and everybody on Reddit said nope, we're about to mess.
So-
things up.
basically,
All right,
yeah, we're going
so
to
let's
screw y'all
circle
up.
That's what
back on
happened.
point here.
So let's get to this.
Okay.
So this is what so you take Bitcoin. I would almost venture that if you're not dealing with a place that you actually buy a Bitcoin, is the risk too great now?
Yeah, but FTX was a place you actually bought a Bitcoin. They just held it for you, or you could transfer it off. So here's the thing about crypto. Let me give you a quick lesson, literally 2-minute lesson. So when you buy a stock, say on Ameritrade or Fidelity, do you ever actually see the stock? No. You've got this proof of document, and Fidelity's holding the stock for you. Okay, crypto can be two ways. In Robinhood, when you bought crypto, you never actually owned the crypto, even though that's changed now. They kind of held it in in
limbo.
Limbo. out
Yeah,
here.
it was like in limbo.
But FTX, Binance, some of these others, when you buy it, you can actually transfer it into a wallet. And you could have done that in FTX. So you actually own
so
the
you
crypto.
physically own it. So like in
You do.
Robinhood, it's technically owned by Robinhood, but
Issue-
you have a claim to it.
So how are all these people's wallets empty?
Somebody hacked in.
They broke.
They broke and stole it out. But your wallet, there's multiple wallets. You can have a wallet that's called a cold wallet, and it's actually like my phone I have here in my hand. And once you download it onto that and you turn it off, no one can get to it. Then there are electronic wallets. I have a Trust wallet. Okay, that Trust wallet, I have everything on there, but it's electronic. But there's this group of 16 words that if I don't have those 16 words, I
And-
can't get it.
You have to keep them. Like you
got to
better
keep 'em.
screenshot.
So
them or
I have
something.
that, and I have actually happen to have some FTT.
I got my prison wallet.
Yeah, that's not worthwhile. But
What all
the
can you fit in there?
FTT, I have
A
an app.
fist.
How many bitcoins?
Now, there's one more type of
Well, if
wallet.
it was a Bitcoin, you'd be
You-
surprised.
as many as we can stuff, right?
So there's one more type of wallet, and that's what is on exchanges. So you have a wallet on exchange, and you have it sitting there, and that's what these people had their cryptos on the exchange in these wallets, and someone hacked into it. A lot of people have suspected Sam
pickpocket.
Bankman-Fried, who is known to be an extremely good hacker, actually hacked in and took all of this. The hacker for FTX, whoever took it, is now the 36th largest holder of Ethereum, which is the second largest cryptocurrency, if you don't know.
I would have known forever ago to get involved in like the computer type side of things. There's some
Yeah.
crazy. There's some crazy good jobs and they're remote, and you can make ridiculous money sitting at home on a computer.
We talk about transhumanism. That has a lot to do with that, too. But let's circle back. So that's a little quick information
There's a lot of
session
moving
on
parts to
crypto.
this story.
There is, but so there's still the Ukraine. At the onset of the conflict in Ukraine, FTX felt the need to provide assistance in any way it could. So we all did, right? We're like, hey, let's support Ukraine. By working with the ministry,
Neither.
by working with
Didn't give a
the
shit.
Ministry of Digital Transformation to set up payment rails, facilitate the conversion of crypto donations into fiat currency, they've given the National Bank of Ukraine the ability to deliver aid and resources to people who need it.
Look, I had empathy for him, but I wouldn't send him my money.
Yeah.
Hell, you did send your money.
You
Well,
did send your money.
Not by choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my boy. Not by
So-
choice.
Not by choice, but you did.
But we did, and we continue to send money when the United States
And then you
is
sent
broke.
it. Apparently, sent it to the Democrats too.
So look,
Yeah, we paid for
You paid
Biden's,
all of the
You're
former,
riding with Biden, dadgummit.
all of the former U.S. dudes that went over there and fought for them, hats off. Like you got
Oh, yeah.
balls.
No,
you got
they're
balls.
cool.
You did a duty, right? You felt convicted and you went and did something. But I never felt convicted to send my money over there, like where I'm donating to a GoFundMe.
Why did Ukraine never become part of NATO?
because Russia wouldn't let them.
It's like Russia doing whatever they want with them.
Russia didn't like the idea of NATO being at their borders for this
Yeah.
very reason.
So if you remember before this conflict, they were on the process of joining NATO,
Yeah.
or they'd been offered
Ukraine.
Ukraine, yeah. They were offered not a full membership, but like a partial membership that leads to the pathway.
Like a Sam's Club card, but you only get 6 months, not a year.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
It was like a gift card. Like you get a gift card to Costco and you got a membership.
It was
and
like
you
a
go.
trial basis. So
Look, I don't think this is going to be much of anything.
I don't either.
But should it?
Yes.
I think it should. I think
Yeah.
you should
So
hold
if
true
you were
your
to
word.
rank this, and I'm not going to read anymore, let's just talk because I all basically said the same thing. I guess we all got the same source. So if you were to rank this up there with the Hunter Biden laptop,
Which story we're ranking?
this SBF,
Okay.
you got the Hunter Biden laptop,
Hmm.
the Russian dossier, which we now know, of course, is fake.
But that's not
Uh,
ranked. Yeah.
The diary
Mhm.
of
The Van Frank.
you guys even know about the diary?
The diary of
Frank.
Biden's daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've
The,
heard of
the,
it.
the,
Donnie-
one that's all lies, but the FBI
yeah.
filed charges.
Project Veritas had taken
Yes,
this
Yeah.
diary.
So it's something that's not true, but yet it requires the FBI to get involved. Sure, that really changes the whole.
I think FTX, right? So this one has, I'm just assuming here, the Daily Wire usually puts out pretty good stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does.
So you have a clear connection between all of these different things where this dude's passing money and eventually it's going to Ukraine and then it's circling back around to certain people and it's going into the Democratic Party. there's a clear connection to all these? I'm assuming that they found.
Well, look, let's be real honest. Everything we named off is stuff that's common knowledge.
Exactly.
that-
We haven't speculated
No.
anything at this point, other
So, I
than
mean-
Sam Bankman-Fried hacked the FTX.
how can you look at that and go that there? How can you say there's not a correlation?
I did a search.
Mhm.
This isn't at CNN. This isn't on MSNBC. I found Tucker Carlson on Fox had it. Daily Wire had it. And if you talk to anybody on the left, these are all extreme.
These are extreme thoughts, and that's the way it's going.
extreme conspiracy theory people.
You know what? I'm going to throw this out there. Remember when taking this COVID shot, they said that you got to take it because it's going to stop the spread. And then about 2 years later, we figured out that you actually taking the COVID shot did not stop the spread because you were still contagious. They said that just recently.
All right, I
It
got
took
some
2 years for
breaking
that to come
news.
out.
Got some
Uh-oh.
breaking news. This occurred tonight.
This is Thursday when you get this, so this is Tuesday night we're discussing.
Yeah.
Former President Donald Trump announces he will run for White House again in 2020.
Oh my gosh.
Trump
I didn't see that coming.
train.
I don't think he'll win the
I hope we
nomination.
don't.
I don't think he'll win the primary.
Yeah, I hope he don't.
But if I was Democrat,
I
I'd
don't
vote
believe he'll
for
win.
Trump.
I don't believe exactly.
So
Yeah, the
let's
primary,
say,
how-
Exactly.
what if he wins the primary? Who does he take as VP?
Hopefully DeSantis.
It will not be DeSantis.
But
He'll have to have somebody that he can.
but
It
if
won't be
he
Pence. It
It'll
will
have to
not
be somebody who can
Pence.
control.
Candace
if he
Owens.
did take
control.
No, no,
DeSantis, would he win?
He would take Florida.
If he can, if he could turn down the rhetoric
If they
and
could turn
focus on policy,
the BS, like
Stop
I'll be
the
honest,
Twitter.
It would be hard for me to vote for him at his age. He'll be 78.
He's only like 2 or 3 years behind Biden.
I know.
Yeah,
Biden's
that's
too
a-
damn old.
Yeah, they're all too old.
I guarantee you, Trump can ride a bike
I believe he can.
on a wheelie with a machine gun
I bet you can ride a golf
I
cart
believe he
real good.
can. But
while wearing chubbies. So
New
can
York.
you not connect the dots? Like you're an idiot if you can't.
I don't think anybody's going to try.
Is Bankman going to ever get charged with anything? I don't think he
Look,
will.
I think Bateman will get suicided.
Oh wow.
That's a pretty bold.
I'm-
So who are the legitimate Republican and Democratic presidential
Democrat, I do
candidates?
not
did
know.
you guys see? They asked Michelle Obama if she would support Joe Biden. This was on, I think, NBC. And she basically fumbled it around and didn't answer the question.
What are you talking about? Obama said he wouldn't support Joe Biden.
And actually, they suggested that Michelle may be a candidate.
It's
in
either going to be
2024.
Michelle
If
or...
he doesn't run. If he runs, they can't put anybody up against him, can they?
No, they're going to take Biden will not be running for president next election. It'll be the
so
guy
it'll
from...
be Kamala.
no, Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom's going to run.
Newsom. But Kamala has to run if he
Kamala
doesn't.
will not run.
It'd be Newsom. It'd be what's the lady from?
Oh, I know who you're talking
Really?
about. I don't think she has no.
I know she has
Newsom
no
will
shot,
kill
but
her.
I think she
Yeah.
would
Hey,
run.
here's another funny story.
And Beto runs for everything. He's going for dog catcher, I think, next.
Everything.
He and Tracy Abrams. They're coming to Arkansas. They're going to run
You know,
for.
I bet you Tracy Abrams, if she really wanted to, she win a house seat if she wanted it. She just can't win governor.
well, maybe if
For
we
Senate.
just start
Didn't she
running
run
for
for Senate?
everything, we'll win something.
No, I
eventually.
think she could get a house seat if she.
We got to love Elon. Twitter facts check Senator Warren's student debt claims. I didn't know she made any debt claims. A tweet from Senator Elizabeth Warren on Tuesday gave readers more context about her claim on Joe Biden's ability to cancel student debt. Let's be clear, she said, President Biden has the legal authority to cancel student debt. And Twitter basically said that's a misinformation.
That is misinformation.
Some misinformation.
I heard he put it on hold after the
I did too,
election.
but I also
Yeah.
heard.
Isn't that
did.
crazy?
Did anybody apply for it?
I don't know. I don't think
Charlie got hers, and you know this, and I don't know if this is.
I didn't think you had
It'll
to
be a
apply
check.
for it.
They give you a check.
It's gonna be a $10,000 check.
No,
Oh,
they're
I ain't
not
paying my student loans
No,
off.
I read that. They're not paying the student loans. They're actually writing you a check for $10,000.
So you don't have to put it.
All right. Are we about done with this? Let me see if we just make sure there's any additional late breaking news here.
Did y'all hear this or see this? That some people at Twitter are very upset with Elon Musk because he fired them because they were exercising their free speech and talking bad about him.
I thought he fired him because he just fired 10,000.
No,
or
he
half
was talking bad about.
There's a class action lawsuit against been filed against Twitter too.
for not allowing 60 days.
60 days notice before they got fired.
No, you don't get 60 days.
for
I don't
furlough.
think you got to notice.
I know of a lot of people that didn't get.
They get fired
got,
on the spot.
They got immediate notice. And that
Now
was it.
keep in mind we're using Arkansas. I don't know what California's.
He
Yeah, you
also
do. Shit
people got
everywhere.
upset
There's
because
poop
he-
on the street.
So look, the company I work for, I'm not gonna name the company, but they just started like a
Chippendale.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So they started cafeteria right in the new building, and basically you can go eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner for free if you're at work. So I get there
At
at
your
8.
place?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I go out there
And
at
it's
8.
not the buffet. It's totally
So-
independent.
No, it's completely different. It's the associate dining room. Right?
I built that.
So I can go in there in the morning time right when I get there, and they'll have pancakes, bacon, eggs, fruit, sausage, all this stuff. I go in there and get whatever I want, biscuits, and then I go back in there again at lunch and eat. They got all this stuff, right? And you can eat it for free, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but
That's about at least
Yeah.
$20 a day, I would say, if you ate
Yeah.
3 meals there.
so I
Oh,
work in
too.
a casino.
Yeah.
So food in a casino, if you go buy it yourself for lunch, you can't leave.
Yeah.
Minimum of $15, and that's like chicken strips and French fries, $15.
Casino food's the best,
Solid.
Really
So
especially
is.
when you get comp
So
for it. you know?
Elon
bro.
Musk basically took away the Twitter food.
Do you know
Well, that's
how
'cause no
much?
one was coming
but
for
do you know how much
breakfast, is what I
they
heard.
budgeted per person for food services each day?
Like $400.
That's
$400.
insane.
No, that's because you know how awesome the Twitter land
Yeah, I'm sure it's
like cafeteria is for free food. Holy cow!
That-
There's
the
no.
food probably.
You could
Yeah.
probably get sushi at this thing. I guarantee
Oh,
it.
But I heard like he was paying more for the for the chefs and stuff than for the people because people weren't coming to breakfast and stuff. So he said, "I'm done."
a lot of them were working from the house.
Yeah, that's because
And they were still paying $400
Yeah.
a person.
That's insane. That's
Can't-
why he cut it
That's
off. It's not a
Can't-
good business
you
choice.
can't make sushi right from the
So
house.
let me ask you a question. How many of y'all get free break other than Donnie gets free break? I bet they don't lot $400. for
No, it ain't.
I had
that.
Viennese and crackers today. It was delicious.
So look,
It's a solid breakfast.
remember your Fourth Amendment right. Your Fifth Amendment rights. There's a little more to it than just not speaking up against yourself. Get out and like us. Follow us. We're on TikTok. We're on Twitter. We're working out the kinks on video. We still plan on in December bringing you video live from the studio. We love our fans. Hopefully you guys love us. Want to hear more content? Because we're going to throw it out there.
Cause somebody done took from an outlaw.
That's it.
We're gonna find out how many Bitcoin Jamie can fit in his prison pocket.
I'm living in
We
the
challenge
clouds
you,
and
Bitcoin.
I ain't
All
gonna
of them.
We get to keep however
Somebody
many.
done
all of
said
them.
this outlaw.